Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified Doctor of Naturopathy, Dr. Stephen Cabral, shares with you exactly how you can reverse aging, take back your health, and live a life full of energy and passion, with new 20-minute episodes every single day to keep you healthy and engaged. Now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We're here, brand new Cabral Concept. Each and every weekend we answer about a dozen questions from our community. Hopefully you tuned in yesterday to the show. We got to about a half a dozen questions then. Expect to do the same here today. All things wellness, weight loss, weight gain, anti-aging, anything health related, we are happy to help. Of course, not providing any medical diagnosis, medical treatment plans, medical advice of any type, but giving you a better look at what the underlying root cause issues may be that's actually creating the dis-ease in your body. All right, so all of these come in through Ask Cabral. If you have a question, I highly recommend asking it at cabralsupportgroup.com. Free private Facebook group. Even if you don't use Facebook, you can use that group to get answers to your questions and support others in the community. There's about 25,000 people in there from all over the world and growing literally every single week, probably a few more thousand people every single month. And what I would say is this: if they can't answer your question there from one of the 2,800 previous podcasts, what we can do is you can always write in to ask me directly, and it just takes about 10 to 12 weeks to answer your question. And you write in at stephencabral.com/askcabral. No fee, no cost at all for either one of these groups. We just say, if we've been helpful in any way, please do feel free to review the Cabral Concept on your favorite media player, or review the Rain Barrel Effect on Amazon, which I would love for you to do. So thanks so much. All right, let's get started. First one is from Natalie. Natalie says, I'm interested to know Dr. Cabral's thoughts on the safety of sweeteners like stevia and monk fruit. Monk fruit especially is increasingly showing up in food and supplements, and it's very difficult to find information online about it. All right, so again, this is a great example. I've talked about stevia. I've talked about monk fruit. I've talked about things like Splenda or sucralose. I've talked about aspartame. So what I would say is, Natalie, write into cabralsupportgroup.com if you can't find the podcast. All the podcasts are at stephencabral.com/podcast. There's a search box there. But if you can't find it, write in and they'll find the different podcasts for you. But let me give you a short answer to this though. So I have no issues with stevia and monk fruit. Both of those, not only can they be great alternative sweeteners with no sugar and no calories, but they can actually be beneficial to the gut microbiome and to the immune system. So those are ones that I like to use. Those are pretty much the only two that I do use. There are others that I'm not against. Lohan, I don't really use it, but I'm not necessarily that much against it. I just would say, I don't want to overdo necessarily that one. What else? Sugar alcohols, not a huge fan of them, but some people digest them just fine. And so we don't use any sugar alcohols either, just because of all the digestive issues that we work with. So yes, I'm good on both of those for sure. Done the research, and I'm very comfortable with those. And it then makes a lot of other nutritional supplements much more palatable than most people would. Most people would never drink a straight greens drink. Most people would never drink something like the Daily Nutritional Support, where it has all the vitamins and minerals. You need to give that a little bit of flavor, a little bit of sweetness. And so that's what that is. And then I also have podcasts on natural flavors. Yes, some people use GMO corn or GMO malt. We never do that. So just for us, you'll look at a chocolate extract, a vanilla extract. Of course, they're all non-GMO. Crisp apple extract. So we always use from nature. We always use natural extracts at Equalife. So again, you can find all these products at stephencabral.com/shop if you're wondering what we're talking about, if you're new here to the show. Stacey's up next. Hello, I was recently diagnosed with SIBO, and I'm wondering what protocol you recommend. I'm also breastfeeding. Thank you, Stacey. Okay. So again, I can't give you any medical treatment protocols. What we use and what we've been using for, about 20, I'd say, how long? Over two decades for sure. I don't know how long that dates back, but quite a bit. We've been using the SIBO protocol. So that's what we use. However, we don't use it while breastfeeding because it's detoxifying. So it would be done once breastfeeding. And that goes for any, in my opinion, I would not be taking detoxifying based products, or like my wife, she wouldn't be using antibiotics or anything like that, which is not something we recommend because the relapses with that. So you can find that at, I'm assuming it's stephencabral.com/CBO, but if you go to stephencabral.com/shop and you just type in CBO, you'll be able to find the protocol that we use. it works exceptionally well. Thousands of practitioners around the world use it as well with their clients and patients. That's what we do. Okay, Hannah's up next. My question is relating to an ongoing histamine intolerance. I've done the 21-day detox, the CBO, 2 months CBO finisher, heavy metals and mold detoxes, 2 more 7-day detoxes, and a parasite protocol. Each protocol was helpful, but the parasite protocol, which is called the para support protocol, is where I saw the most help with my histamine intolerance. It is significantly better than before the protocol in particular, but I can only handle small amounts of high histamine or high histamine liberating foods. I get muscle twitches, sour stomach after eating highly acidic fruits, such as oranges or berries, but my right foot feels weak like I'm limping. My right ankle swells up, especially with beer, and I get stuck burps or trapped air in between and during meals. I also have persistent scalloped tongue. Any advice? Okay. Yeah, I'm glad that you are working through these and you're seeing the results, and you saw the most results from the Parasupport protocol. So what I would say is we don't do this in a lot of instances, but could you get benefit from doing a second parasite protocol? Maybe. Many people do. Something to look at. Could you get benefit from doing coffee enemas as well to further detoxify the liver? And that's going to help with overall histamine-based levels. Are you doing intermittent fasting right now? If you're not, I have lots of free shows in intermittent fasting. You can find those at stevencabral.com/podcast. Just scroll through the images at the top. You'll find one just on intermittent fasting. I would definitely recommend that to empty your rain barrel, right? To lower your histamine. There's a great product that I personally use called Hist Pro that will help balance healthy levels of histamines. And you can use as much of that as you need, obviously within healthy limits. And then I would tune into my podcast on high histamine levels and look at the histamine foods so that you can decrease your histamine load on a daily basis. And then as your body gets lower and lower in total histamines, then when you eat some histamine foods, then you don't have the big reaction to it. So that's where I would start. The second thing is I would look at oxalate-based crystals or something like gout, which I'm not saying that you have because I'm not giving a medical diagnosis, but this be another issue as well that might be seeming like it's histamine-based. Because once you start to say that your right ankle swells up and your foot feels weak or like you're limping, I just have to wonder, if there's any issues there. And then we have lots of natural health-based things for gout as well. All right, such as a tart cherry. Anonymous is up next. Hello, Dr. Cabral. I'm an IHP level 2 and a registered nurse and appreciate all the work you do and the course you made. Thank you, Anonymous. I'm slowly chipping away on the protocols as it seems I have symptoms of everything. That being said, I have a history of recurrent incessant pericarditis resulting in a pericardiectomy in 2021. My surgeon said this should have gotten rid of the pain. It has prevented me from being hospitalized again, but I do experience pain when I'm stressed and sometimes around the heart when taking deep breaths. Additionally, I struggle with a lot of jaw or neck pain. I'm looking for any advice and expertise around addressing pericarditis at the root cause, as I know that these symptoms are probably still related to pericarditis that was only addressed by surgery and not at the root. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I always use surgery as a last resort, but we all come into this at different stages. Again, I had my surgeries, right? So I had the tonsils taken out. I had the adenoids taken out. I had the tubes in my ear when I was little. So I get it. I understand. What I would say is this, is that we make sure that there's no scar tissue, right? So you probably do an ultrasound or something like that just to make sure there's no scar tissue there. And the second, because you said it's affecting your neck and your jaw, I have a theory that you're holding quite a bit of stress in your thoracic and your thoracic area of your spine, which is your chest and mid-back, and also up in your jaw. And a lot of people get tension there. So I would be looking at how do you stimulate the vagus nerve, the vagal nerve and tone? How do you elicit more of a parasympathetic nervous system tone? Because whenever people are locked up and tight and have difficulty breathing, it's often because they have poor mobility in the thoracic spine. And a lot of that is from fight or flight, or what's called polyvagal nerve theory. And I podcast on that as well. So I would actually look at the stress component, and I would look at maybe even something like dynamic neural retraining system to really get yourself out of fight or flight. Now, of course, there are products such as magnesium and Adrenal Soothe and the Sleep Help protocol to help shift that diurnal rhythm to relax the body the second half of the day. CBD can be a great product as well. Cannabinoids. The cannabinoids that we recommend are at equilibriumcbd.com. It's a separate website, but that can be very helpful at relaxing your body. So let's just say you took 50 milligrams or 100 milligrams of CBD and you felt very relaxed and it was easier to breathe. Again, I can't give you a diagnosis, but you almost have your answer, right? It is a reduction in tension. Okay, so think about that, all right? I want to get in another question. This one's from Rosita. Dear Dr. Cabral, I'll try to be short. I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's 3 weeks ago. TSH, free T4, free T3, all normal. TPO, antibodies was 900. Also, thyroid nodules diagnosed in 2004. I'm taking selenium and zinc and D3 and magnesium and turmeric and vitamin B complex and vitamin A and vitamin E and a multivitamin for seniors. That has iodine, 150 micrograms. Question, should I continue to take the multivitamin with the included iodine? Thank you very much for your answer. You're the best. I live by your videos and recommendations. Kind regards, Rosita, 73 years old. Love it, Rosita. Happy to help. So, looks like you're on a nice little stack. I have no issues with the multi that you're taking with the iodine because all your levels are normal. What isn't normal is your autoimmune antibodies. And your autoimmune antibodies causing Hashimoto's have an underlying root cause. So first I would read the rain barrel effect. I talk about Hashimoto's in that, talk about autoimmune issues, talk about my autoimmune issues as well. And previous, no longer have them. And then I would start to look at why the autoimmune issues. And the best way to do that is through the big three. Well, I recommend the big five, but if you only want to do the digestive ones, which a lot of people with autoimmune issues have digestive issues as a root cause, then I would run the bacteria parasite stool test, the Candida metabolic and vitamins test, and the food sensitivity test. That's called the big three at stevencabral.com/shop, and you'll be able to find those. All right. Let's do one more question. And then this will be our last one for today. This one is from Anonymous. It says, hi, I see black garlic in recipes a lot lately and also hear about its benefits, but it's charred garlic. No? ? Is it healthy or not and why? Okay, yeah, happy to answer this question as well. I don't know that this is black garlic's ever come up. So black garlic, maybe this will put your mind at a little bit of ease. Black garlic is essentially slow heated over a week or two. So it's low and slow, which causes the least amount of, in this particular product would be, free radicals is not the right answer, but also all these names swirling through my mind. What is the one that I'm looking for? Not HCAs. What is that word that I'm looking for? Acrylamides. And I don't know that it's acrylamides either. Meaning like that's typically on starchy based foods. So what you're seeing is not necessarily char, but it being cooked. Now, let me give you some pros and cons. You can be exactly right. There can be more potential carcinogens in cooked garlic. However, cooked garlic is a powerful antioxidant, which typically can then block that oxidative stress, can block those free radicals. So I'm a little bit more bullish on it like that. It can be very healthy. And when it has been studied, it has actually been shown to be potentially twice as strong in terms of antioxidants as regular garlic. And it has more available allicin, which is essentially the nutrient that we're looking for that can help with cholesterol, blood pressure, and many other inflammatory based issues as well. So I think that it can be healthy for you without a doubt. It doesn't mean that you need to run out and only purchase black garlic, but I think by using it every once in a while, I think you could get some great benefit and also see how you feel. See if you have higher histamines the next day. See if you feel a little bit more puffy or inflamed. So check out those things, see how it works with your body. But at least from a nutritional standpoint, it actually looks like there's some really good nutritional based evidence behind it as being more potent than even regular garlic. All right, so hopefully this was helpful. Thanks everybody for tuning into the Cabral Concept and these weekend Cabral House Calls. I appreciate you. I thank you. I appreciate all those reviews that you're leaving. So keep them coming. It means a lot to me. It's the only way that we actually start to rise more in the ranking, that and subscribing to the show. All right, take care. Have an amazing rest of the weekend. And I'll be back tomorrow over our Mindset and Motivation Monday, going over that topic. And hopefully it'll be a great way to start your week. All right, take care, everybody. Before you go, I wanted to ask you this question. What if I could teach you in just a couple of hours how to transform your thyroid, hormones, adrenal, cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, weight loss, energy, mood, brain, pregnancy, anti-aging, or many other health-related issues. After 20 years in private practice, after seeing and overseeing 250,000 client appointments, I sincerely feel I have the real-world data and have found the answer you've been searching for. So what I've done is spent hundreds of hours of my own time refining what you need to know in order to uncover your underlying root cause health issues and then begin to rebalance the body and bring it back to a state of robust health and wellness. I'm going to teach you exactly what I do in my private practice so you can understand how you got here and now what you need to do in order to heal. You'll receive all of the important success checklists, protocols, and even ways to customize it to make the program fit your busy life. And you'll get all of this at a fraction of the price. Let me save you the time, money, energy, stress, and frustration of not knowing what to do next. Instead of reading dozens of books on the topic and seeing multiple practitioners, I will condense everything that you need to know in just a few hours of video tutorials that you can watch and listen to anywhere. Together, we will make this healing process an enjoyable one that you can take with you for the rest of your life. I wish you all of the best of health and happiness, and I hope to be able to guide you on your healing journey through my health results accelerators. Simply choose the health imbalance you're currently suffering from, and by the end of today, you'll know what went wrong and how to get well again. I guarantee it. For details, head over now to stevencabral.com/courses.